So right now I'm pretty frustrated. I just used like the last 20 on my credit card to make a parlay, and the parlay hit, but I cashed out because I was watching it and one of the teams' odds went to all the way to plus 3,500 from negative 340. So I was like, it's just wraps, you know. It went from $40 to $11 to $2. So I cashed out at $2 just for that bitch to turn around and win, which would have gave me $79 in total. So now I'm left with nothing when I was literally on the right track, finally, after having lost by 1 point for the past couple days now. Yeah, I'm still not going with the plan of just picking one and flipping because when I only have a little bit of amount, it's hard for me to be patient and see the finish line going the slower, easier way. It just feels really distant to me. Yeah, I don't have any money to my name right now. My bills didn't take out immediately, so I ended up overdrafting my bank account by negative 115. So yeah, I'm on my period. I'm bleeding really, really heavy, but I'm not in pain, so I do want to go to work. I had got some perks for that reason, so I wouldn't be in pain right now, and they've been working. Oh, for the most part, it's like 11 last night. Don't mind my leave out. Like, you already know I don't wrap my hair or nothing, so it's what it's gonna look like. But yeah, I'm just like pretty depressed. My fucking supporter that had came out here, he had asked me to fuck him for an extra $2,000, and I said no because I felt like he was just acting really obsessive. And I told you I was gonna do a whole story time about it, and I will. But I'm just bringing it up to say, like, right now, like, I feel like I should have just did it because rent is due again in next week, and it's a lot of shit I'm trying to do, and I feel like, you know, I'm just not doing the right thing for myself. And instead of just taking the opportunity, I got offended and I like cussed him out and shit and told him how much of a weirdo he is. And my nephew and my niece are trying to call me and have me talk to my mom, and I'm not fucking going there. Like, I'm not. They need to leave me the fuck alone, real shit. I'm not talking to her. They want to be on the phone with each other at the same time, and my mom likes to use them to get at me because she's childish like that, and I'm just not going. I'm not going for it, man. But anyway, yeah, I'm really down in the dumps. I don't know what to do with myself. I feel like I lost yesterday because I said, well, I wasn't going to gamble no more after already taking all these L's, after getting my balance in my account balance on FanDuel. Like, my record is negative, like, $3,400 right now. It's like, and then when I looked at how much I deposited this month, it's like, there's no reason I should have been struggling all month because I deposited $3,000 alone this month. Like, what the fuck? I know God is gonna come around again eventually. I just really want it to last this time. And I feel like I had all the intentions of it lasting, but I just exposed myself to so much negative energy. The people in my life are negative. I don't have much support. Holidays are coming up, and I'm still not prioritizing the things that I really want to prioritize, like the gifts I want to buy for my sister's kids and my grandmother's birthday, which was yesterday. And I'm most likely going to go tomorrow empty-handed because I haven't done any shopping today, of course. I probably just don't even go, honestly. I'm about to just tell my dad that I'm not coming. Quite honestly, like, I just don't even want to see my family. I don't want to have to deal with the conversations of updating everybody on how I'm doing. And my grandmother wants to be around her whole side of the family. She has 14 brothers and sisters. I graduated college, and it's just like I don't have any positive update for them. Besides that, I'm bartending still, you know. And I have my own place and my own apartment in the trenches. You feel me? Like, I don't really have anything positive to say. I might not have had two bands, but I had like $300 left over after I paid all my bills, and I just blew all that shit on FanDuel, and it's annoying. But at least I don't have to worry about my bills being paid, you know, for another like 5 days. And I have a 10-day grace period, which I'm most likely gonna utilize again and piss my rental office off. It's just a lot. It's just really a lot. He was like being really, really obsessive, like not wanting to let me leave and shit. And whenever I would try to leave, like he would make it like a big problem. Like when we went to brunch, right before we went to brunch, he was like, he just started maxing on me. Like I picked him up from the hotel and I drove him to the brunch, and when we were sitting waiting to get seated, he was like, "So are you gonna spend the day with me?" And I was like, I don't know, because I still have to go to work. And he was like, "What the fuck is your problem? Like, you're acting like I just didn't give you all that money last night. Like, if I wouldn't have came, you probably wouldn't have made shit. So I don't understand why you don't just stay with me." Like, he just, like, a switch just immediately went off. Like, and I started just getting, like, really scared, because I'm just, like, my face was turning red and everything. Like, for him to just shit on me like that and just say that, like, that shit hurt my feelings. Like, and I'm just like, and I didn't even say, like, I straight up say, like, "No, I'm not staying with you." I just said, "I don't know, like, might be going to work," you feel me? Like, hold on, I'm about to put on a fucking hat on or something. I was like, "Why are you, like, getting mad?" And he's like, "I'm not mad, I'm just saying, like, I just, like, you should be spending the day with me. Like, you should be spending the day with me." So, like, quiet at this point. Like, I'm not trying to go back and forth. I'm not trying to argue, because this nigga is clearly emotional. Like, he clearly was showing me signs that he was, like, overly emotional. Like, when we was in the bathroom, he just kept talking about his past and, like, all his trauma he went through, and how he's insecure because he's short, and how his dad passed down gingivitis to him, and how he doesn't like his teeth, and just everything he hates about himself. He just kept going on and on and on and on and on. I'm like, bro, like, you're here with Bree Stacks right now. Like, you came out here to meet me. Like, the only thing you should be concerned about is this moment. Like, why the fuck do you keep going back and forth about the past, talking about how he had to get shit out the mud, and he don't get along with his sisters, and he's just always been a trap nigga, and he tried to get a regular job, but it just wasn't enough money. Like, he already told me all this backstory on the phone. So for him to come in like after a 5 hour drive, this is what you want to spend your time doing, moping about your past. And I asked him, like, "Can you just stay in the moment?" Like, and mind y'all, I got off of work at like 2:30 that night. I got there to his shit at like almost 3 o'clock. I left at like 4, and like I didn't have to stay with him that long. I didn't even have to pull up on him, but I did out of the kindness of my heart. Like, you know, he said he wanted to smoke and whatever. So then I'm on my way out, and like, I'm halfway to my car, and he's like, "Can you just stay with me?" And I'm like, "No, like, you said you wanted to take me to brunch tomorrow, so I have to first cut my money, then try to get to the bank, and then try and do my hair so I could be back up here to go out with you again. Like, I need time to recuperate. You feel me? Like, I need time to, you know, take a shower, refresh, like, everything. Like, I shouldn't even have to explain myself. Like," and he was like, "Oh, like, you're really explaining yourself to me. Like, nigga, get the fuck out my face." So he finally lets me go. And then I get back, that's when we went to the brunch or whatever, and then he started maxing at the brunch, and then he only had like $100 bills on him. So when we was getting ready to pay, he was like, "Do you think I should ask him for change? Because I'm not trying to give him this whole 100 for the bill." I'm like, "You should just put it in there, and I'm most likely he's gonna bring it back, because people don't assume that you're giving them the whole bill if it's exceeding the price of the bill." You feel me? Like, the whole $100 bill, if it's the whole amount of cash, if it's exceeding, like, most people will ask you and let them tell you. You feel me? And he's just like not listening, and he just makes a big ass announcement like, "Yeah, like, can you bring my $100 bill back, because I'm not trying to give you all that." I'm like, bro, like, you're being weird. Like, and he's like, do you have change? Do you have $10 or something? Because I don't have my card. I'm just like, I had all my money in my bag, by the way. Like, I didn't want to leave all of my money in my house because I didn't know whether someone was going to try and get my house or not. You know, you just never know. And I didn't want my money just sitting out in my house. So he was like, damn, like, you didn't want to go half with a nigga? Like, I just ignored him. Like, I was just on my phone ignoring him. Like, I know he didn't just fucking say that. Like, why the fuck would I give you money? Why would I give you back the money that you just gave me? Like, are you fucking stupid? So, yeah, I'm just like, oh, yeah, he must be joking or some shit. So I just ignored it, act like I didn't hear him. And then we go to the studio or whatever. And then we get to the studio and he's trying to, so I do the feature for the one song, then to the next song is all fucking sexual, and I'm just like, okay, let me switch up the flow, let me switch up the topic, you feel me? Like, a feature, it's my feature, I should be able to do what I want, you feel me? You asked me to be on the song, so that means you trust that I'll produce a good track, you feel me? So I'm halfway through the song, he comes in the studio like, yeah, I don't like what you're doing right now, like, can you say this instead? I'm like, what do you want me to say? He's like, yeah, missionary. He digging deep in my shit, back shots, like, just all sexual shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it gave very much like he was trying to make these songs so he can go back home and have him play and tell a story like I fucked him or something, and that is never going to happen. So all of this shit is just tallying up and shit. And I'm just like, why does everything have to be sexual? He's like, well, I told you didn't have to do it if you don't want to. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. So let's just start from scratch or whatever. So yeah, I picked a whole different beat off YouTube, and then we just went from there. And I pretty much just made the song about me getting the fuck away from him and telling him like I'm leaving and not spending the night type shit. Like, no bullshit. Like, you want to tell stories, nigga? Let me tell the fucking truth. Bitch, I said I'm going the fuck home. So, we finished that shit up. And then, his man's wanted some perks. So, we're, like, waiting on my plug to his back at the hotel. And the whole time, he's just like, yeah, so, like, let me just tell you how I had to work a regular job. And I didn't like it. So, I just started to make my first band out the trap and this and that, and I was couch to couch. I'm like, bro, like, you already talked to me about this. Like, are you dead ass right now? You've been out here for 3 days and every fucking day this is what you're talking about, bro. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, I'm not trying to hear this shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to leave. Like, he was fucking sick anyway. Like, he came down there with the cold. He kept coughing and sniffling. His breath smelled like fucking snot. And it's just like, we already shot our video. I had shot our video for him. I did everything that I was supposed to do. And I wasn't going to charge him for the video because, you know, I just was going to do it off the strength of him coming to see me and him being a supporter. You know, he's been buying OnlyFans content. Like, he bought 3 months content in advance. And then he bought content on top of that. That was worth over $100. He's bought both my shirts that have dropped. Like, this person's literally obsessed with me. So I'm like, you know, the least I could do is just throw in a free video after he paid for the features and everything too. So that shit went cool, whatever. I took a couple pictures for him, and then, yeah, he's just still talking about that trauma shit. I'm just like, bro, I'm not into that shit. Like, so he put on a movie, and then he's just trying to, like, hug on me and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just about to leave. Like, I wasn't feeling him at all. Like, my pussy was dry. Like, I was not feeling him at all. And so I'm getting my shit together because I had asked him to record my video because he had a gun and shit and props that I would want in my videos and shit. But then he kept trying to switch the conversation to, like, yeah, like, I already told you, like, I paid a girl $1,200 to get me head and this and that. I'm like, okay, well, can you shoot this video? Like, he keep trying to change the subject. So finally, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna dip. I'm just gonna hit you when I get off of work. And he's like, Bree, just wait, like, I don't know how to say this, but, like, I don't know how I want to say this, but, like, yeah, like, I'm trying to fuck, like, I'm trying to pay you, like, and I'm like, how much? And he's like, 2 bands. I'm like, okay, well, let me just go to the club and think about it, and then, I'll let you know. So then I just went home. I just was so drained because I had already been with him. I had been with him from 2 o'clock to like after 8 o'clock. 6 fucking hours. Like a whole fucking work shift. And I was just fucking exhausted. Like, and then my homegirl called me to tell me about her situation, which is traumatic. Like, I don't even want to put her business out there, but she's just been in this like relationship where she's pretty much allowed a man to like move in with her, and he's pretty much just mooching off of her, and he's been doing it for some months. But I mean, his situation was already fucked up, like, and it's the way he was already fucked up. Like, he never really even offered to pay rent or nothing, and she's just been like putting it on me and shit. And I've been trying to give her advice through it, but it's just like really draining when you know somebody knows better and you keep telling them what they should do, how they should move about shit, but then they keep going the opposite direction. Probably how y'all feel about me with this gambling shit, you know? Like, I'm just trying to force this shit to work out, and it's just like, I don't know. It's probably exhausting for y'all to hear it, whatever, but, you know, y'all don't have to click on these videos. I don't have to watch these videos. Like, I feel like I'm obligated to listen to my friends, and, you know, I've been trying to cut her off low-key, like, not really answer for her as much, and I just deleted our whole message thread because it's like, she doesn't really hit me unless she's going through bullshit, you know? Like, we went to school together, but she has yet to like fight to like have me come out and see her. I'm not saying she has to fly me out, but just to organize a date. Like, I was supposed to come out there for my birthday, and she kind of just went ghost. Or like, I've tried to plan shit with her multiple times, but she continues to engage with people that are like twice her age and extremely irresponsible, and then she'll call me crying and complaining about it, and I'm the only one to console her, you feel me? And it's not fair because it's like, it's nobody to console me. But I mean, she pretty much was telling me like to not go through with him, you feel me? You know, because he was getting obsessed, and like, if I'm questioning it, then it's probably not a good idea, because we both agreed on the fact that if whatever's from God is not going to be confusing, you know? So with that being said, after that conversation, like, it was already past 10 o'clock after I got the phone. So I was like, I had started like just gambling, just not knowing what to do with myself, like, while she was talking to me, and just like kind of just wanting to escape, like, just the stress of it all. Like, that shit was really just stressing me the fuck out, on top of what I had just experienced for the whole day and the whole weekend. Like, that shit just threw me the fuck off completely. And so I woke up in the morning to text messages from that nigga, and he was just like, yeah, like, how was it? You know, sorry I had to come down here sick, but it's just something I had to do. It's just and that. I was like, yeah, I just think we should keep things professional, whatever. He was like, I understand, but I'm just like obsessed with you. So it's like, I had to at least just try. And I was like, yeah, that's weird. He was like, yeah, like, I don't know if this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me or the best thing, but I just know now, like, I'm never going to help anybody ever again. Like, you're going to be the last female to reject me. And I'm done putting myself out there for people to break my heart and all this dramatic ass paragraph shit. And I just was like, you don't have any right to trauma dump on me. Like, all you wanted to do was trauma dump on me the entire time. Like, I'm not a prostitute. Like, I gave you a whole experience, and you're fucked up about some pussy. Like, that's really a slap in the face to me. Like, I didn't have to do half of this shit. I didn't have to link you at all. And I never told you to come to the club and even spend all that money. You feel me? Like, that was your choice. Like, if you it's not you doing favors. It's not a favor if you're expecting shit in return. Like, you shouldn't do favors or give nobody help if you're gonna hold it against them and you're gonna expect things in return for it. Like, that's not right. And he was like, damn, like, why are you chewing me up? Like, do I not have a right to be sad? I'm like, no, the fuck you don't. Like, you need to treat yourself to some fucking therapy. Like, I'll post the screenshots. And then I was like, if you want the video to be done and edited, because at this point, like, I just felt even further disrespected. Like, because clearly your intentions from the beginning was to fuck me. And you thought that you was going to be able to do that because you just hit for 6K on FanDuel. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. You're ugly, your head stinks, your breath stinks, your teeth are dirty, you're short as fuck, and your skin is fucked up. Nothing about you turns me on at all, and you already went down the list yourself the entire time that I was there talking shit about yourself. So how the fuck is my pussy supposed to get wet if you yourself hate yourself? Like, you thought you was gonna get pity pussy? No, baby. That's not how it works. Be a man. Like, literally, be a fucking man. Like, not a bitch. Anyway, so he was like, yeah, that's the last time I confided in anybody about my trauma and this and that. I'm like, bro, like, and he was like, so I was like, yeah, I need 150 for the video. He was like, oh, fuck that shit, you can keep it or whatever. I was like, cool, thumbs up. So then he sent me a fucking video the next day talking about, you know, I love you. Like, I can't act like this situation is just gonna make me stop loving you. Like, I'm still gonna listen to your music and shit. And I really like the songs that we did. I really appreciate the videos, just and that. And I'm willing to pay for it, even though I feel like you disrespected me. So just let me know if you still have the footage, and I'll send the payment. And I was like, yeah, I still have it, whatever. And then he sent the payment, of course. And then he was just like, I was just like, yeah, like, I'll put it on YouTube or whatever. If you want or whatever. He was talking about he's not dropping until fucking this after Christmas. I'm just like, whatever, nigga. Like, I'll have it done sooner than that, most likely. But something else that pissed me off. Hold on. Yeah, I think I had woke up from, like, losing my money or whatever. So I was, like, pissed off. So I just started going back at the, like, in the messages, just telling him, like, how fucked up he was and how you don't expect shit from people. And then, of course, he just was playing victim the whole time. So I pretty much was just like, fuck you. That shit's not going on my page no more. Like, you don't deserve shit else from me. I don't want to see you again. I don't want to hear from you again type shit. So yeah, that's how that went. And, you know, after I left him and then I got off the phone with my homegirl, like, I just was, like, irritated and depressed because I was just feeling like, damn, like, why does everyone in my life act like this? Why does everyone in my life have to trauma dump on me and genuinely, like, fake fuck with me? Like, you know, like, that shit was just really hurting my motherfucking feelings. So then the next day went and I had, like, how much money? I had intention. Yeah, that day I had intentions on getting a tattoo and shit after I left the bank and shit. And they were closed. And then the studios closed. And then yesterday, the studio was closed. And I'm just like, bro, like, I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I don't, and it was like, it was so many different things that I was thinking about that I had to get done. Like, I had to book the video. I had to get groceries. You know, I wanted to get weed. I wanted to get perks because my period's coming up. And it's just like, originally I had blew like $210 that first night. And then yesterday night, I had like 100 left, and I was like, you know what? You know, since I'm blowing this money that I could have been spent on what the fuck I needed, I'm just go ahead and do it now and try to go to the studio again. So I went and got the drugs, the weed, and then I hit my man for the studio time, and he was off, like, of course. So I was just like, fuck it, bro. Like, fuck it. Yesterday I was like, well, like, I'm not gonna gamble. Like, I keep saying I'm not gonna gamble, I'm not gonna gamble. And I gambled. And that shit lost by like 2 points. And then here I am now, depressed. And I went to the club earlier this week with the girl, but she just was negative as fuck, talking shit about everybody, repelling all the money, and it was no money, no customers at all, really me like $5. And then when I dropped her off at home, she wanted to keep getting drunk and high and shit. And all she kept talking about, it was just like a continuation of just talking shit from the club and pulling up bitches on Instagram that she wished that she could be like, and where they work at and what other clubs we need to work at and shit. And I've recorded this like twice already, but I'm just putting it all together now because it's just all like a series of events that is just making me feel like shit, and it's making me act compulsively. But at the end of the day, I know that I have control of myself. I just feel like, you know, when I get what I want, when I get what I finally need, like, I keep being put in this idle period, or like this test. I keep being tested. It's like, okay, I got the money and I went right back to the club. Like, the old me would have stayed my ass home and fucking gambled it, and then that shit didn't fucking work. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, what the fuck else is an addict supposed to do if everything that they've tried to use to distract themselves falls short over and over again? And then, you know, this girl just hit me up to keep taking her to the club now because she don't have no car. And it's just like, I don't want to keep going through that bullshit again of her just talking my fucking head off all fucking night and being drunk and high and shit and just talking about other people all fucking night and her past life and how she had shit her way, going her way in the past and all this other weird shit. Like, that's what I'm noticing about these, like, mentally challenged people, like, emotionally challenged people. Like, they just always talk about the past. Like, always. Like, it's always about the past. Like, baby, like, nobody cares about that shit. Like, get over it, heal from it, so we can get on to bigger and better things. And it's just like, all the people that I keeps attracting, whether it comes to friendship, whatever, they're all in, like, just as bad as a space as me or worse. And there's nobody in my life that I really look up to, like, that I can use as inspiration. It's only myself, and I feel like that's not good. Like, but at the same time, you know, I mean, for that very reason, like, I just don't even want to deal with nobody anymore. Like, I don't want any outside influences. I don't want any outside energy continuing to fuck up my plans, because, like, I'm so tired of suffering. Like, I am tired. Like, I lost my last $20 on this gambling shit when I could have won, and I'm just sick of it, bro. Like, I'm tired, bro. Like, I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I'm just over this shit. I'm tired of complaining about this shit. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of knowing what I could have and not achieving it. I'm tired of knowing my potential and not achieving it. Like, I'm tired of just wishing I had this and this and that. And it's like, when I get the money, it's like, it's so many avenues I could go with it. And I know, like, that shit is gonna run out quick. Like, what the fuck is $300? What the fuck is $200? Like, that's either groceries and the studio and weed, or it's nothing. Like, and then Christmas is coming up, like, birthdays is coming up. Like, my grandmother's birthday was yesterday. My nephew's birthday's on the 2nd, and then I have a video shoot that I'm trying to book for the 3rd or the 2nd. That shit's gonna cost me like $400, and it's just like, I get anxiety around all the things that I have to take care of on top of my rent that's coming up again on the 1st. And it's just like, I feel like I'm fucking drowning, and, you know, all my intentions to do better for myself are just going down the fucking drain, flying out the fucking window. And I just feel like, why even try? But I know that despite all of the human interactions, the least that I could do and control is not gambling no more. Like, I can control myself and just stop gambling. But it's just like, I don't know, like, I just really need to stay down and just wait till I get comfortable and have an abundance of money to try and get my money back off the app, or else I'm just gonna keep having anxiety behind it and keep putting myself in this fucking hamster wheel and all the shit that I've been saying for the past 100 videos now. So